A lot of snow, but the Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who do not know, I am Maya McCall and I'm just very excited to be able to film more content. I do want to start publishing more content on my YouTube channel just because I think there's a lot of tips and a lot of advice that I could offer to people. Thank you all for being here and I hope you enjoyed this video. So the video today is going to be talking about why I decided to attend Howard University. I think this would be a great time to post it because right now there are a lot of high school seniors that are quarantined, so they can't really go out and do college tours and really get to see all of the different colleges out there. So I decided to take it upon myself to just talk about my HBCU, Howard University, why I decided to go there, and hopefully some of the reasons that I list will allow other people to at least consider or hopefully want to go to Howard. I graduated from Howard University in May of last year, so May of 2019. I was a broadcast journalism major and political science minor in the School of Communication, shout out SOC. For people out there who are seniors in high school or are looking to transfer to Howard University, I want to be able to list some of the reasons why I decided to go there and hopefully persuade you all. A little bit of the backstory as to why I decided to apply. I am the youngest of 4. So my oldest brother, he went to Howard University, my sister went to Clark, and my other brother went to Morehouse. So all of my siblings did attend HBCUs, and being that I'm the youngest, I wanted to steer away from that and just try to have my own brand, you know, and not attend an HBCU. My mother is an African American Studies professor, so she's very into Black culture and the diaspora and really everything. So she was heavily trying to encourage me to look into HBCUs. Either Howard or Spelman, which is an all-girl HBCU, but I was convinced that I wanted to go to USC in Southern California. And she basically said, well, you know what, I'll give you $50 if you apply to Howard. And, you know, as a high schooler, I'm like, $50 to do something for free? Sure. So it's on the Common App. So I already had filled out most of the personal information on the Common App, like my background info, a little bit about myself, maybe a couple of essay questions. So it was really easy to apply just because all of the information was already filled out. It's a free application. So I just clicked to add Howard University, got my ACT score sent there, and that was it. And then I just had $50, so that was cool. I did look into going to Spelman since it is the #1 HBCU overall, but they didn't have a journalism program that could even compare to Howard's program. So at that point, it was kind of obvious to go to the #1 co-ed HBCU, which is Howard University, which is the second HBCU on the entire list, if that makes sense. I was looking into Howard University, and I went on YouTube, and I was searching Howard University, looking at all these different types of videos. And one thing that really stuck out to me was just being able to see the culture. Within all the videos, you can see people of African descent from New York, Chicago, Miami, LA, and then you see people from the Caribbean, you see them from Europe. You really see people of African descent from everywhere at Howard University, which is why it's called the Mecca, because it has everyone from everywhere with every single different type of background and point of view that you could think. There's Democrats, there's independents, there's Republicans, there's everything. So as soon as I saw that, it made me a little bit more interested in attending the university. When you go to Howard, everybody there is in some way, shape, or form Black or African American, however you prefer to call it. So every single person there, you know, they look like you and they have family members like you, and you just instantly you feel at home when you're there because you're just surrounded by all of these people. And I was just so excited. And I could tell all of this just from looking at videos of Howard. And one of my mother's friends, she went to Howard University. She kept saying, you gotta go to the campus. You gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm like, I mean, I might visit. I'm like, nah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really looking into it because I'm thinking I'm going to USC. So, but my mom signed me up for a college tour. And the college tour took me to a bunch of HBCUs on the East Coast. So we went to Howard, we went to Hampton, we went to a couple of other schools. I don't even remember what they were called because I wasn't really interested. Once you get there, they have this entire festival and they have all this, you're able to see people that are in sororities and fraternities. You see people that are in student government. You see people that are on the dance team. You're able to see all of these different paths of life. And I feel as though every person who steps on the campus, they can find themselves or similarities within themselves from people in these organizations. I do feel bad for the people of the class of 2020 or transfer students that are unable to actually visit the campus physically, because when I physically visited the campus, by the time I left, I said, I need to go here. By the time I left that tour, I knew that I was going to Howard University. I committed and I was just ready. I knew that my application was eligible for one of the scholarships, but I hadn't gotten that scholarship when I applied. I had just gotten accepted. So at this point, we were in the financial aid building. I thought about it, why not just go and try to speak with one of these people to get a scholarship? So I got on the list to get an appointment. We kept walking around looking at the different buildings. I told her I'm here because I want to talk about getting a scholarship, but I'm going to have my mother on the phone so she can hear, everything, or if she has any questions, she can mention them. I was speaking with one of the workers from financial aid, and I explained to her that I had all of the requirements. So my GPA was above what it needed to be. I had my ACT score. I had extracurriculars. So I really broke down why I deserved this scholarship and saying I meet all of the requirements, but for some reason I wasn't given this scholarship. So she pulled up my file. She looked at all of my information and she said, oh, you know what? You do deserve to get this scholarship. You have everything that you need. And so my mom was on the phone and she heard the woman say, we're going to give you a full scholarship to Howard. And she started screaming on speaker, and I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That day in the financial aid office with this woman is when I got my scholarship. So I didn't have to pay for anything at Howard. And at that point, it was almost a no-brainer, because if I'm going there, I don't have to pay for tuition. I don't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to attend this university. The university was willing to invest in me. It would have been rude to say, you know what, keep all that money. I'm not going to take this full scholarship. I want to go to USC where I have to pay. That wouldn't have made sense. I was shocked and I was so happy, because as I toured the university, seeing each building, I was like, oh, I can see myself having class in this building. Oh, I can see myself eating lunch here. I can see myself living here. I saw everything, and there wasn't anything that I saw to where it was like, no, I'm uncomfortable with this, or I don't see myself that, because you're seeing people just like you doing these things and thriving. One of the other major reasons that I decided to attend Howard University is because of the legacy. When you hear the name Howard, it speaks volumes within itself. I was looking into attending schools to where I would be proud and prideful to say, I went to Howard University. I was speaking with my brother who went to Morehouse, and I was asking him, why did you decide to go to Morehouse when you had offers from these other schools? And he basically broke it down to me, and he said something that I had never thought of. He basically broke it down to me, and he said, when these huge companies like Microsoft and Google and Apple and NBC are looking to fill their diversity quota, they're going to HBCUs. And Howard is the top HBCU. Spelman is one of the top. Morehouse is one of the top. So when they're looking for the best of the black people, they're going to an HBCU, because HBCUs are made for black people. So of course they're going to go there and they're going to see the best of the best, the top of the top. And then if you're at the top of your class, you'll get picked. Versus if you're at Northwestern or University of Illinois, one of these other huge schools, it's harder to stand out. Versus at Howard University, you can stand out if you're really killing it in your field. So when you walk the halls, you can really feel the spirits of the people that used to go there, and the successful entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, the writers, the doctors, all of that. So at Howard, you have a lot of instances where they say, oh, so-and-so was the first black X, Y, and Z. They went to Howard. And for me, in high school, I worked for the newspaper. And at Howard, we have the Hilltop newspaper, which was founded by Zora Neale Hurston. That's major, being able to say I'm following her steps. I'm not only taking the same classes that she took, I'm writing for the same publication. I'm putting all of my work and effort into the same thing that she did, into her baby. That's, no words can truly describe that. This is one of the most important ones. Howard has a gigantic network. for every single school within the university, the network is unbelievable. Whether it be the School of Communications, the School of Business, Fine Arts, any of the sciences, you're gonna have successful people that went there and that want to help. You can go tour NBC Universal or Apple or somewhere and say, yeah, well, I go to Howard, and then the head of HR will be like, oh, I went to Howard too. You know, what club are you in? What do you do there? Blah, blah, blah. And then you instantly connect with them. Howard people are going to look out for Howard people, and they're going to do their best to give you the resources to get where you need to go, or the connections, or you can friend them on LinkedIn and then later build an actual connection. 5 of the 9 Divine 9 fraternity and sororities were founded at Howard. So if you're interested in one day pursuing these organizations and going Greek, it would make sense, and it would mean a lot more to those individuals if you do it at the place where it was founded. Because everybody, when you become an AKA or a Delta or a Q, you go to Howard University where it was founded to get closer to your founders. But at Howard, that's where it was founded. So it just means a lot more to them. My favorite reason as to why I decided to go to Howard University is homecoming. Howard homecoming is legendary. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. The other HBCUs, they're cool, but Howard's homecoming is life-changing. I'm not even going to go into the details to break it down to you, but when you go to Howard homecoming, even if you don't decide to go to Howard, I heavily encourage any and everyone out there to attend Howard's homecoming because it is so much fun. We have the best artists, we have the best food, we have the best parties. I can't wait to go back. Fashion show, the step show, the gospel show. It's so much going on. So much fun. A little expensive. And then finally, going to Howard was the first time that I attended an institution that was predominantly African American. But I think that within itself is what helped shape me to become who I am and give me my view of the world. At first, I didn't want to do that because I thought that it was going to make me closed-minded, because I'm like, I'll be around black people all day. Once I leave, I won't know how to go into corporate America because corporate America is mostly white people. I thought it was going to be a hard adjustment. But I'm so glad that I did it, because being there, you learn about all different types of people. There's black people, there's Africans, there's Caribbeans, there's Afro-Latinas, there's people from every different background, every different shape, size, color, mindset, everything. And I didn't know that that existed because I'm from Chicago. Chicago is a major city, but a lot of people are similar in some ways. So being able to go and see these people who are interested in these things, where I didn't know that there were black people who want to be molecular chemists, or a dermatologist, or a professional opera singer. I didn't know that there were those kinds of people because I didn't see those kinds of people. But when you go to Howard, you're going to see so many different types of people. And I keep stressing it because it's like a dream. And now that I'm gone from Howard and I have graduated, I look at everything so differently, and I wish that there were more black people in these rooms at these tables of power. Howard really shapes and crafts these different people and artists so that when they go and they have a seat at a table, they're going to make sure that they can bring other black people in. And I love that. During my time at Howard, I was a broadcast journalism major and a political science minor. I did graduate in 4 years, but while I was there, I had my hands in so many different organizations and clubs. I think I'm going to make a separate video about some of the things that I did while I was there, just to really show how I filled up my resume and it helped me get to where I am today. If you all do have any questions about my experience at Howard, feel free to comment below, or you can message me. I'll leave my social media handles below, and you can message me and just let me know if you have any questions, or if you're interested in going to Howard, if you want advice about going to Howard, tips, anything like that. You all know I'm always here for you, and thank you for watching.